things just got way more complicated. Breakfast from Grandma. Ta-da! Our host mom lives across the hall from us. We call her Grandma. She's been giving us food the entire time we're here. So on our last morning, she wanted to make us traditional Albanian pancakes. It's fried dough, but the trick is you gotta spread it with some honey. Their honey is very crystallized. Good morning from Sarande, Albania. This has been home for us for the last month. Today's video is going to be our very long and slow journey north, all the way to Zagreb, Croatia. But first, let's catch you up on Sarande.
We intended to come here for the month to work and enjoy the holidays. With that said, we didn't do a lot of exploring in the city. Most of the time we spent going from this couch to this couch.
Hope we got everything. We're making our way to the bus station right now to begin our 5-hour journey back to Tirana.
It's gonna be the same route, same bus that we took to get down here. That went much more smoothly than the first time. Bus tickets were $1,300 a piece, like we thought. But yesterday, when we came to the bus stop just to see where it was, a taxi driver offered us a ride for €20 a piece. It's €7 more than the bus, but it's not a bad deal if you want a private ride.
Hope you got your snacks. I'm not sure. This looks like a full bus. We took the 9:30 in case that helps anyone, and it's a Friday.
There's also zero train travel in this country, so bus is the cheapest and easiest way to get around.
Not even 25 minutes outside of town, our bus driver stopped in the middle of the road and popped the hood, but it was only about 30 seconds. We're back on the road. Wasn't sure we were gonna get a break, but stopping at a gas station.
We've got about 1.5 more hour drive to Tirana. We'll be there for a couple of weeks, work a little more, and then our ultimate destination is Croatia. We're heading towards Croatia because it's one of the only countries in all of Europe that offers booster shots to tourists. So we are going simply to get a booster shot. A lot of countries are limiting the amount of time that your COVID shot is valid. Ours is up in just a couple of months, and with a booster shot, we can continue traveling. We've got 10 minutes, so we're gonna go and cross the highway.
Might get a better vantage point.
Oh, we'll definitely get a better vantage point. I'm sure we're gonna get a lot of stares for this, but everybody stares at us anyway, so why not?
This thing is rickety.
Look right behind you.
This thing's pretty shaky.
I don't know how many people use this thing. All right, back on the bus. We made it. You're always bombarded with everybody asking you for a taxi. And although I'm sure they're good and fine, we always find the nice chill guy who's just waiting. And then we go and talk to him.
They good?
New Jersey, Canada.
Michigan.
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 Very good.
Yeah.
Very good, America. Very good.
Very good.
Very good.
Albania. Very good.
Albania, no.
No?
No. No Albania.
2 toilets and a washer. We're in Tirana for 2 more weeks. We're gonna sit here and work and just relax. But for now, we'll see you tomorrow. We also have a beautiful view. Okay, the construction site is not so beautiful, but look at those mountains.
And just like that, 2 weeks have passed. For $17 a night, we stayed right here in the capital city of Tirana, and today is our last day here in Albania. We spent over 6 weeks in this country and we didn't film a single video. Way before we left the United States to begin backpacking, we always knew that Albania would kind of be our home away from home. There's no visa requirements and the exchange rate is really generous for us, so it just made sense. We decided this is where we wanted to slow down, catch up on some work, and celebrate the holidays, and that's exactly what we did. Although Christmas felt more or less non-existent here, New Year's was crazy.
Oh, I just got
hit too! We will not forget that anytime soon. And even though we weren't here to vlog, we did spend one day exploring Sarande. We had breakfast by the water, and then we hiked our way up the city to the 40 Saints Monastery. I can honestly say this is one of the most beautiful places I've ever seen in my life. You're standing on top of a hill, there's a beautiful mountain range with farmland on one side. On the other, there's a sloping city situated in a horseshoe-shaped bay, surrounded by islands as far as the eye can see. And sandwiched in between all of this are the 6th century ruins of a monastery, which the town below is actually named after. Now that you're all caught up, it's time for us to find a taxi because we have a 5-hour journey to our next Airbnb in Podgorica, Montenegro.
There is from for Kosovo, for
I think,
Germania.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
international.
same place, yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
So you go in Montenegro?
Montenegro, yep.
I'm the ask my friend. Are you gonna get tickets here?
Yeah, right here, perfect. Oh, you've been the nicest taxi driver we've had. Thank you. I really appreciate it.
Didn't give me my change.
How much did you hand him?
400.
And how much was it?
360.
Oh, yeah, maybe
okay.
that's customary.
I'm actually very surprised when they hand me change.
Let's try to figure out where we can buy some tickets. Are there any buses in the rest of the city that would take us to?
No.
No? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
Okay.
you need a PCR test.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Things just got way more complicated.
So unfortunately, we just learned that there are no buses to Podgorica today. And not only are there no buses, but we need a PCR test in order to get into the country. So we gotta figure some stuff out.
Thanks to our amazing Airbnb host. She already guided us to a place to get a PCR test, so we're gonna do that right now. And we may get a bus to Podgorica tonight, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah. We thought we were going to Podgorica today. Turns out we're gonna leave tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. But we already booked another Airbnb here in Tirana tonight, so we're gonna walk there now.
This is really our first major hiccup while traveling, and it didn't turn out too bad. We give ourselves a lot of time in between places just in case something like this does happen.
One of the worst things is that we double booked on Airbnb, and I doubt we're gonna get that money back. So we lost probably 20 bucks.
We were actually really lucky to get the PCR test that we got. I've only seen 24 hours for results, but our results will be here in 3 to 4 hours. We really looked into all options. I even looked into driving. I thought that would have been a lot of fun, but it was going to be $200 to rent a car to drive from Tirana to Podgorica, so that was not an option. Our PCR test was 3,600 lek a person, a lot cheaper than it was in Athens.
Found the key in a super secret location.
This place is $21 a night, but with the taxes and fees and cleaning fees now with Airbnb, this cost us $39. Normally we don't add the extra fees because they just kind of average out with the rest of the days, but this was just one day, so it really added up.
Wow, very interesting kitchen setup. You can tell this used to just be a porch that they turned into a kitchen. You're gonna have to get closer. Not too close though.
We got our test results back. Amber was negative and I was positive.
So the plan as of right now, we are going to stay in this Airbnb for the next 4 or 5 days or so. We're going to test again because in a few days we have a flight from Podgorica into Zagreb, Croatia, but we can't get into Montenegro with a positive test. So we just have to wait and hope that we can make that flight. But that's about it. We've lost a little bit of money, but we're actually just thankful that we don't feel worse.
It could have been a lot worse and could have happened anywhere, but we'll stay as safe as possible.
Good morning from what I hope to be our last day here in Tirana. Like 4 or 5 days have passed. It's a little after 5 and we have a bus to catch because we've got negative COVID tests. There's nobody out and about at 5:30 in the morning. I truly hope this rain has no indication of how this day is going to go. Got all the hope we will be in Podgorica before noon. The first time we went to the bus station to get tickets, they told us we needed a PCR test specifically, which is why we got a PCR test, failed, and here we are a few days later. But after we researched on our own, we discovered we only need an antigen test.
So we took an antigen test, passed it, and that's what we're going to take with us to the border. I really don't know who's right or wrong, but we'll find out when we get there. It kind of feels like an unnecessary risk to take, but based on our research, which is the same research we've been using this whole time, that's all we needed, and PCRs are more than double the cost of an antigen.
Podgorica? Yeah.
Thank you.
Back.
Can I keep it at my feet?
No problem.
Okay, thank you. So far they have not checked our tickets or for COVID tests.
€1 bag.
€1?
€1. I got €2, Nathan. Look at me go. I did not have to show my COVID test.
Neither did I. We checked our card, and that was it.
He checked your vaccination card? He didn't check mine. Just my passport.
Border agents really like Amber. They always seem to smile more.
It's because I smile at them.
We have landed in Podgorica. That was a €15 bus ticket.
We've learned that out of Tirana into Podgorica, there's only one bus a day and it's at 6 a.m. every day. But from Podgorica into Tirana, there's multiple a day.
The 6 a.m. bus is the fast bus, which is why it took us 5 hours to get down to Tirana and only 3.5 to get back up to Podgorica. It is so cold here. It's probably 30 degrees, and it's only going to get colder as we go more north. So today has just begun, really.
Our flight to Croatia doesn't take off for almost 12 hours. So we've got a lot of time to kill here in Podgorica. We're gonna go sit in a coffee shop if we can find one. We've found ourselves inside of a mall to stay warm, and we've got the best seat in the house. I've seen Turkish coffee on the menu all over, and this is my first time trying it.
This sandwich was $2.50. I'm so thrilled. Did I mention that there's not a coffee drink in this entire country that is more than €2? It's awesome.
We've still got probably 4.5 hours till our flight takes off, but we're just gonna head to the airport. We're kind of sick of sitting in the coffee shop.
We're gonna take a taxi. It's gonna be €12.
It's a flat rate fee, so it should always be €12. €10 is a deal. How much is it to the airport?
6, 7.
6, 7? Okay. Wow, this is quite empty. I thought the taxi was a flat rate fee. It might be getting into town, But this was only €6. It was half the price I thought it was. It's great.
Part of me thinks they just follow whatever rules they want, kind of like checking the test to get over the border.
I just spotted a really big camera. And I thought, camera crew, what's that for? There's some team in here, like a professional team. We're gonna try to get a video.
Our best guess right now is that it's the Montenegro Winter Olympic team. The Olympics start in a couple of days, I think. I think they're going to China. That's the coolest team I've ever seen in an airport. That's nuts.
We are the last flight of the night, but it's finally time to head to our 18th country. This plane is very empty. I don't know if he and I will stay apart, but I'm definitely moving to the window. There's no way you guys can see me right now, but this is by far the worst turbulence I've ever had on a flight before. Oh my gosh. I am not okay with this right now. The worst turbulence I've ever experienced, and we just took off. This is about to turn into a video diary real quick. Final confessions. Simultaneously, the worst takeoff I've ever had, but probably the best landing. Smoothest landing.
This flight was also €9. €9.
I guess you get what you pay for. We've got an Uber that'll take us straight to our Airbnb. We will let you know the price once we get there. And that'll be the end of this forever long journey that I think started all the way in Sarande weeks ago. This is crazy. This is it. Our 18th country. We're finally here.
It took us a minute to find our Uber, but he was a character. He reminded me of the dad from my Big Fat Greek Wedding. He loved Croatia. He just boasted about it the entire time here, and we learned a lot. So
You really did. They have the best everything.
Yes,
they
best
really
athletes, best food out of everywhere in the world,
Yep.
which we'll try it. So we'll put it to the test.
We'll show you guys the city tomorrow, and hopefully we can get our booster shot, which is why we're here. Good night. I feel like a soggy mess.
Yeah.
As I used to tell Nathan, you look like a drowned rat. He didn't appreciate that very much. The lady says, So I just kind of walked out like,